That reminds me. I saw this thing that was, you know that show Vikings on Showtime or HBO or whatever?
Yeah.
They're doing a casting call. They need like 1,000 men with full beards.
Nice.
So all these hipsters out here that have been growing beards are just like, I knew it. I knew I've been doing this and oiling this for a reason. So get an Elementeum lighter. It's beard friendly. It also has 100 lights per charge. It's USB rechargeable, no flame or toxic fluid, and it's 100% wind resistant. Woo! So the dopest thing is that it's good on the habitat. You know what I mean? These lighters, they're plastic. Plastic fucks shit up. We all know that. We talk about it every once in a while. And every time that you buy a Bic lighter and throw it away, that's plastic in the plastic pile. But not this, because these are made out of steel. They're rechargeable. And they're available at elementiumlighter.com.
Keep it lit.
Do it.
Keep
Go
it
there.
Natural.
And there was something else I wanted to add to it. Oh, yeah. They also have some pretty fresh-ass shirts and a bunch of styles of lighters. If you're into Star Wars, if you're into space, if you're into aliens, if you're into, these weird things that stoners seem to be into. Elmer Fudd. Everybody loves the Fuddmeister.
Yeah.
So
Very quiet.
They have something for everybody at elementiumlighter.com. Use the code NHP and save yourself 15%. I don't know if that code works yet, but it will soon.
Boom.
That's it. There it is. So thank you to Elementium Lighter for coming on board. And go check them out. I think they're super fresh. This lighter that I got, I'm going to be tasing people with it left and right, as well as myself, Steve-O style, right in the balls and butthole. And then
nice.
And then I'm going to light up my joints with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. Natural Habitat Podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast, everybody. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Jack Burton.
And now that is out of the way, it's really great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hear them.
Yeah, or I guess we're not hearing you.
No.
But it's good to be heard by you guys. And we're gonna.
It's so awkward.
There we go. And we're
it's
gonna.
Great to be heard by you guys today.
Yeah, we try not to get into it too deep, but just this one time, we're gonna give you guys a chance to talk back. So we're gonna leave blank spaces for you in your car where you're working out or whatever. So go ahead and get in on the conversation. So how are you doing today? Man, that sucks. Have you have you seen any good movies lately? Yeah, me too. Me too, man.
Yeah.
So do you smoke weed? You got something bomb you're smoking on? Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna get back to the show. Just because we're busy and it's kind of not all about you, but thanks for chatting with us and we love you.
Peace, bitches.
All right. Was that I almost stopped recording. Was that the end of the show? It's a 5-minute long episode.
That's it.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow? We'll see you tomorrow. What the hell is that?
Expect more of those.
Mm-hmm. So we showed up to the studio today, and we actually had to let ourselves in. There was a convenient rock with a key underneath it in the front door. We let ourselves in, came up, started recording, and I checked before we started, and this side door to the rest of the top of the building that we can't get into is unlocked behind this mirror. And I say that while Pat and Nat aren't here, we go back there and check it out.
All right.
So I'm going to go look down the stairs. Yeah, all right. There's nobody down here. Everything looks good. All right. Let's go in there. Let's check it out. Okay, it's just like a bunch of office spaces, computers, a lot of boxes. Let's see what's in here. Okay, these are film reels. These are like a bunch of old film reels. This one says Annie. This one says The Crow, Godzilla, Legend of Conan.
RoboCop.
Okay, here's
A-Team.
Here's the new It movie. Okay, so you know It with the clown and everything, how they had here's the old reel for it, and then there's the new one, both versions from the point of view of the children and the parents, and it says on here, directed and produced by Pat Spielberg and Nat Carpenter. I think that our new executives, Pat and Nat, are behind all of these remakes that have been happening recently in Hollywood, is what it looks like.
Or
is that what they've been doing back here?
Maybe they're trying to make their own mixtapes.
They're trying to make their own mixtapes with these master reels. These are master reels, man. Like,
yeah, who knows what the fuck they're doing?
All right, let's get out of here. Let's just go back up. Let's just go back to the studio. We'll pretend that we didn't see anything.
All
right. I don't know, man, because it's like we never see them. You know what I mean? We never see Pat and Nat. They're never around. They're constantly busy.
We never seen any of them really.
And if their last names are Spielberg and Carpenter, you know, that seems like more of a coincidence. More than a coincidence is what I meant to say. We'll edit that first one out.
All right.
I found this guy. I don't know if I've talked about this app Fiverr on the air, but I found this guy that does a podcast. I'm not going to say his name, but he's looking for someone to go through his podcast and take out all of the word repeats, all of the ums, the ahs, the yas, the long breaths, the lip smacking. So he wants everything taken out of his podcast except for just straight words that make sense. And imagine listening to that. Imagine taking what we did, imagine taking this 10 minutes we just recorded and taking out every stammer, every every yeah. And it's like, why you got to take out yas? Yas an answer to a question.
Maybe.
You're just not supposed to answer?
Depends on the context.
Yeah, you're right. But still, it seems like he's going overboard. And I almost wanted to reach out and be like, that's what people want to listen to. The real
question is, are you going to do it for him?
Absolutely not.
Why? He wasn't trying to pay enough?
No, he was trying to pay $10 a week.
What?
Yeah. And, you know, like you said, that would be good if I lived in, like, a third world country.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet. Yeah. 10 American dollars every week?
Hell yeah.
So,
it's cool in Canadian money.
Yeah, it's true. So now that we kind of stumbled across all of these, it makes me think of, you know, remakes are kind of like a hot button over the past, I'd say, I mean, it hasn't been that long, like 5 years, when people started getting really, really upset about every time that something got remade. People were like, why are you touching this? I think it's been like that the whole time, honestly. I think maybe we didn't notice it as much because we were on the wrong side of the fence, you know what I mean? Yeah. We were never been on the anti side, so we never really paid attention to it. But as long as remakes have been around, people have been like hating on them and trying to not have them be made, you know? Because people don't want to like let go of their nostalgia, or they think it's gonna like take away from their nostalgia or whatever it is. And yeah, you know, people feel sentimental and, you know, are attached to certain things or whatever, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't control it. I don't know why people trip on it so much. I think, yeah, some remakes suck, but you got the original still, so what are you complaining about? You know what I mean? Just don't watch the remake. Even if you watch it and it's no good, then you know, then there's that. Then you have that. You know, to hold over it. You're like, okay, cool. Then the original was better, and I'm gonna keep watching that. You know what I mean? It's like, it is what it is. You don't have to like. Yeah. One doesn't depreciate the other, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're gonna be unique no matter what. Yeah. So. And it seems like there's always two sides whenever a new film gets announced or a new remake comes out, there's always people that just hate remakes. But then there's people like me, like I bounce back and forth depending on the movie, and sometimes I'm judgmental of, the cast or the trailer or whatever, which isn't how it should be, but also that's how life is. You know what I mean? Like there's so much shit coming in and so much content that I can't watch everything. So, if something turns you off, then, you end up just sticking with the old one. But there are certain things that come out that I get excited about. Like that, like how I was just saying, the It remake, and how they're going to do 2 separate movies, one from the point of view of the kids and one from the point of view of the adults. That's like super dope. It's a great idea. Yeah. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
And, it's, and then there's the biggest thing right now. I mean, we could just by saying this, we get an extra fucking 100,000 plays just from the tag, is the Ghostbusters remake.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has an opinion on the Ghostbusters remake, and not a lot has even come out yet about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's wrong for people to have opinions about it when they haven't seen it. It's like the same thing that we're dealing with right now. All the motherfuckers that are hating on the Ghostbusters remake are the same people that are voting for Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Like it was all predetermined. It was all like predisposed, whatever, before it motherfucking even started. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as there was a hint of a remake and the cast was announced or whatever, even before the cast was even announced, people were like disgusted because they kind of want it to be like something to do with the original cast or whatever hopes they're holding on to. But
yeah,
it's a kids movie. It's a fucking kids movie, just like Star Wars. It's not meant to be fucking anything else. It's not here for your fucking grandparents to watch because they had it in the 80s. It's not here for fucking. It's for the kids. It's like people need to get off it and realize what it is. Besides that, my original point was that it's not even out yet. They haven't seen it. They don't know if it's good or not. You can't tell from a fucking trailer.
Yeah, they just released the first trailer, right?
And the trailers that are out are good. So yeah. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, And it's so funny to me that people can be so, like, one-sided about it when they have no idea. They really, honestly have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
How could they?
You gotta wait till it comes out. But, yeah. Then again, on the other side, there's plenty of things that I am currently still judging that I haven't seen, that are out, that I have the ability to see, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. I ain't trying to see that shit.
Right, but why?
For whatever reason, you know what I mean? It's all different reasons.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing. It's a weird, touchy thing, and Hollywood has been doing remakes forever. It's only natural that as the technology progresses and things get different, and the way that you shoot things and the way that you edit things, that you would take an idea that made a classic film that everybody loved in the 70s or the 80s and, that hit this generation and make it with the technology and the skills that you have today. That's only natural. It's a good blueprint. So
I think it's great that all the remakes are made. I think it's great that the next generations get a chance to share in what other generations had. I think it's great that motherfucking stories get to live on and prosper, like all the Marvel shit. Look at how long Superman has been around and everything at DC, like this shit is coming up on like 100 years.
Yeah.
And, it's the only reason that it survived is because it's been remade by the next generation and the next generation and being retold and retold again. So, yeah. People have a chance to keep it going, and
it's the same.
To not want the next generation to have it is just selfishness. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. It's like, no, dude, you don't understand it's part of the culture to, give back and fucking have it keep going on down the line, There's really no other way to look at it, especially if it becomes that important. If it becomes important enough to be remade at all, that's a blessing in the first place. You know what I mean?
And it's the exact same thing as telling a story around a campfire, like in a tribe. You know what I mean? Like that.
That's history.
Yeah, that like Native Americans would do. You know, they would tell a story to their children, and then their children would grow up and tell the story to their children and tell the story, and it was like the story that followed, and they would act it out, you know what I mean, and all this shit. And that's just human nature. So now that we have the ability to, you know, encapsulate it in film and make it to where you can just rewatch it over and over again without the person being there, then, yeah, it's the exact same thing as passing it on to the next generation.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
So I say we smoke to that. I say we smoke to the next generation, getting updated, sometimes better, sometimes worse, but updated versions of great things from the past that they wouldn't see. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things that you bring up to like younger people. You know, if they're like 18, 19, 20, they don't know all this shit from your childhood. Like, there was some kid at my work that didn't know who Kurt Cobain was. And I was like, are you serious? You don't know who Kurt Cobain is? Like, what the fuck is that? And he just doesn't know. He knows new bands and shit. So
Yeah, it's not from his time.
yeah. So, you know, this rebranding is good because all these classic movies share something into where they have something powerful in their story. You know what I mean? And it's not just, these aren't mediocre movies that make it. Some of them are B-rated because of the time they were shot, but they're always masterpieces.
And then once they become remade, it becomes like part of this family, part of like this family tree now, and part of something bigger than it ever was before, because it's like connected to other things after that point, and you know, it just expands from there. It's like the fucking original in the chain is like the Big Bang, and then the rest is just like the expansion of the universe after that, you know, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and you turn a piece of nostalgic cinema into a franchise, and that's how the business is done, son. That's how it's done. That's why we got 3 podcasts on our network. One that only has 1 episode.
We got 1.5. Honestly.
Yeah, 1.5. So
we're working on 3.
That reminds me, if anybody out there, you know, talked back with us earlier and has the need or, you know, the craving or know-how or want to host your own podcast, then send us your resume in the form of a half hour of you talking.
Yeah.
Right? It's about a resume, I'd say.
Yeah. Record something, send to us, and we'll see what you got.
Yeah, we'll send you a fucking Elementium lighter.
Yeah. Let's smoke.
Let's do it. Everybody out there, feel free to smoke with us. Flick your bics, snap your pics, blah, blah, blah.
You can feel the wind is rising, baby, now the truth is here. Out of the darkness coming, baby, all the things you fear. We'd better run it through the mystic night. Run until they take us away. Take us away. Take us away. Big trouble in Little China. You can feel the thunder moving right like an evil dream. And there's nothing in the world to save us, baby. Nothing's as it seems.
Man, that's dope.
I know, man.
Fucking
and
killing it.
that's why we made the plea to the fucking movie makers to get back to making themed songs for fucking movies, because that's exactly why right there, you know?
Yep. That song right there was performed by Coupe de Ville, John Carpenter, Nick Castle, and Tommy Lee Wallace.
Nice.
That's dope. Those are some great credits right there.
Hell yeah. John Carpenter. Get on it.
Fucking so I wonder if they're ever gonna do like a big Trouble in Little China remake.
I don't know, but let's see what remakes have been made already.
Let's see. Let's see. RoboCop was one that came out recently that I didn't see.
I think I did see it, and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad?
Yeah.
See, I didn't see the new RoboCop for some reason. I stayed away from it. The A-Team, that was a remake that came out in 2010 that I did not see.
The A-Team was pretty good.
21.
It's not as good as the original show because, like, the show has so much to offer. It's got seasons and seasons of shit, you know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. It was pretty good for a movie.
For a movie. All right.
For a movie remake of a TV show, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to quote you on that, and it's going to be like, The A-Team, 2010 remake. It was pretty good for a movie.
Same with 21 Jump Street. I'm going to say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street's good as a movie, but, you know.
Pretty good for a movie.
Pretty good for a movie.
Mm-hmm. There's been a whole shitload of horror movie remakes lately, and I think one of the best ones by far was The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. You saw the first ones, yeah?
Yeah.
So the first ones are classics, cult classics for sure, and the first movie is pretty much a remake of the second movie, the second movie is a remake of the first movie. That's what I meant. Only it's all different people except for Bruce Campbell, and Bruce Campbell's like 15 years older, and they just tried to redo it and then made it more silly. But the first one was serious, and they recently did the remake. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't yet.
Dude, that is like, okay, first of all, highly recommended by me. I would say one of the greatest horror movies ever made. This is how good this horror movie is, and it's hard for me to like admit this on the air to a bunch of people, but it's hard for me to watch that movie alone. All right? When I'm like by myself at night, like
That's
in the
right.
house, and I'm watching it, it's like, cause it's super fucking weird, like demonic, crazy, and it gets like hella gory at times. Like dude stabs himself in the eyeball with a needle. Chick like cuts her fucking jaw off with like some broken mirror. And it's just like, it gives me, it's not that it's like too scary. Like there's movies that are like hella fucking creepy. Like one of those Exorcism of Emily Rose movies or something like that. That shit was fucked up when I watched it. And I was like, oh my God. This shit's crazy. Imagine if that happened to like someone that you knew and you had to sit there and watch like this like girl's body all fucking bones break and morph into a demon and shit, which I don't believe in, by the way. But there's something about that movie that's just like, it gives you this like weird feeling, the new Evil Dead movie. So watch it by yourself and don't die.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's dope. Highly recommended.
What about Karate Kid? Did you see the new Karate Kid?
I did not.
I thought it was good.
Yeah?
Little Willie style.
See, that's right. There was little. I remember. I remember in the trailer, and I used to like make fun of it all the time
He's pretty good.
because
He did a good job.
he was teaching him like block moves, and he was like, and it was like taking his jacket on and off.
Yeah.
So he would like when he would like put his jacket over his head like to put it on, and that was a block. And he was like, jacket on, jacket off, jacket on, jacket off. And then I would like do that around the house to Michelle, and I'd be like, jacket on, jacket off. Okay, now slower. Now jacket off slower.
That's fun.
But I never watched it because, you know, I think that Pat Morita is Mr. Miyagi, the only Mr. Miyagi, and I won't accept Jackie Chan as Mr. Miyagi because this is why. Jackie Chan has been making American action movies for how long?
Who cares?
40 years, and he still has the same accent.
Jackie Chan's the real kung fu master.
But his accent hasn't changed at all.
So?
He still barely pronounces words. It's like he's doing it on purpose.
He's from China.
He's doing it on purpose, which I don't trust.
He doesn't even live here. He's from China.
I know, but after doing interviews and all these movies in English and all these different things for all these years, then you figure that he would pick up some things.
That's so American.
What, me to figure that?
Yeah.
You mean American or racist?
No, just American.
Just to think that he would pick that up?
That somebody would fucking make English their first language instead of...
Well, no, I'm saying I'm not saying first language, but I'm saying that if I became famous in like China or Germany and I had to learn German, and I would go there and do interviews in German and I would do movies and I would speak German and I would have a bad American German accent. But if I did that for 40 years,
yeah, but think about this: these motherfuckers have to do that shit in every country. Why do they have to learn every language?
No, but that's his. He prominently works here. He's not doing.
No,
he's not doing
he
Swedish
doesn't.
movies.
Bro, he does shit worldwide.
There's no Swedish.
He does shit
Jackie
just
Chan
as much
movies.
in China as he does here. In other places.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not there. I guess I'm just being ignorant.
I think that for sure somebody like Jackie Chan who comes from another country, that's like guys from the UK that do American movies. That doesn't mean they're predominantly in American entertainment because they probably do, you know, a grip of shit in the UK where they're from or whatever. Or like same with Russians or Germans or wherever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like English is acceptable in a lot of places, but I mean, like, it doesn't necessarily come first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of the hardest languages to learn. Honestly.
Yeah.
English is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like super hard to learn.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
It makes sense because we have like the same words for the same words and for different words, and like we got so much fucking. We're really backwards about the way we speak.
Yeah, it's all twisted around. But
In Latin.
see, I'm just privileged because I learned English as my first language.
Yeah, all of us are. We're lucky.
Yeah, so we're
All
just
of us
like
here, for
just
sure.
like speak English better.
Yeah, because like other people that have a different language first, like French or like something like that, people can pick up other languages with ease compared to like us trying to learn a different language.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show right there like how much harder English is in the first place. Because if it's hard for us to be English first and then learn other languages, that's got to show like we're just way off, you know? It's hard to think about.
Right. So another remake that I'm seeing on this list is Short Circuit. It's supposed to be coming out at some point.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're looking at the wrong list, huh?
With Johnny Five. I'm looking at 80s movie remakes. So
They are already out?
So maybe it already came out. But I don't remember it coming out. It has question marks on the release date. So I think it might have been postponed or something.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it out.
That'd be dope though, man.
Pet Cemetery 2?
Johnny
Shit, that would be
Five.
dope too, right?
Yeah. Heavy Metal was sick. That was a classic. I had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I
Never
wasn't
Ending
supposed to.
Story.
Weird Science.
Little Shop of Horrors. Oh, I think Romancing the Stone is coming for sure. Here, let's check the other list.
All right, here, one remake that was super dope that they got right. I don't know if you saw it, was Vacation, the new Vacation movie.
I'm not sure.
It was with Ed Helms and
Yeah, I don't think I got to see it yet.
and Christina Applegate, but
You asked me this before too.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I keep telling you to watch things, you don't watch them. So
I'm
I
waiting
thought,
until I have to.
yeah. Well, Vacation, they got it right, and one thing that they did was the feel of the movie. Like you felt like Ed Helms was Rusty, so he was like Clark Griswold's son, all grown up, and he was definitely a Griswold. Like it had a Griswold feel to it. You know how all the movies with Chevy Chase, like it just had that feel,
Yeah.
and it had that same feel. They somehow carried it over, and it was perfect. Like So that's an example for me, other than Evil Dead, of them getting it right and doing it dope. So it's not all
Alright.
bad for all you negative Nathans out there.
Nancy's. Well, here's where the tables turn, right? Here's some that are supposed to be made that people are not happy about. Jumanji and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. 2 with Robin Williams.
Yeah, people feel like those are pretty off limits now.
I don't know.
You know, and I don't know because I heard that Jonah Hill might be doing Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know if Jonah Hill's capable.
Look, I can do it. Watch. Hello.
No.
Hello. That's my
Is
Mrs.
that the
Doubtfire.
Jonah Hill audition?
No, that's me. Yeah, that'll be his audition. But that's my audition as well. And it's me. I'm gonna put shaving cream on my face, and I'm gonna wear a wig, and I'm gonna go, hello. I think it's good. I think it's spot on. You say what you want.
Just talking about it makes me want to go watch both of them. Actually,
At the simultaneously, one on top of each other,
yeah,
layer the screen somehow.
yeah.
So
Jumanji and Mrs. Doubtfire side by side, same
Yeah.
time, same.
yeah, I think they should be on top of each other so you can't see what's happening instead of side by side. It should all be meshed together into one movie.
That'd be cool.
And then Robin Williams will play 2 different characters. 3 actually. Now that I think about it. He'll play the brother and Mrs. Doubtfire and the kid in Jumanji all grown up.
Okay, here's some others that people didn't want to be made that ended up being good. Jurassic Park. That shit was fucking crazy good.
Yep.
I thought it was good.
It was dope.
The world thought it was good because it fucking sold so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars, the biggest movie ever made.
And it kind of was a remake. You know what I mean? It had
In a sense.
it had the same elements to it, but
More of a rebirth.
yeah, and it was definitely a continuation of the story. I mean, it
Yeah,
had characters that were all grown up. So it's like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that fucking Star Wars needs to go on forever until
I agree.
as long as cinema stands.
Star Trek did the same thing. Star Trek became pretty good.
Yeah.
Their movies did great. What else? What else is there that people were afraid of that actually did good? Yeah, that just goes back to Ghostbusters, you know? Like, I'm sure that's going to be great. You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah. Only time will tell, man.
Yeah, it's like...
Gotta see.
It's like everything becomes its own. You know what I mean? Like if it's done right and they put care into what they're doing, you know, and give it its own like identity, then it ends up being good. It's just like the reincarnations. The easiest ones to look at are like the constant reincarnations of the Marvel universe. You know what I mean? Like there'll be one guy for 3 movies and then the next guy for 3 movies, or fucking James Bond. Look at James Bond, you know what I mean? He's fucking James Bond for 3 or 4 movies every time, and then it switches to the next James Bond or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's always equally as good, you know what I mean? It's never not good.
Yeah.
It's never like any less good. It's just a different type, a different fucking storyline, a different chapter, a different fucking piece to the, you know, the history of it. It's not just one continual story. It's a constant, like, you know, reincarnation, and that's really what gives it its own lane, or it's like its own set of fucking values and shit, you know? Like, I think we got a new James Bond coming here soon. I don't think Daniel Craig's gonna do it for much longer, and then Wolverine's about to go away, and we'll see what happens with that. And then, you know, like, we're coming ahead. Like, I think we might get another Iron Man, but it might be the last one.
Mm-hmm. And then there's also rumors of Daisy Ridley taking over Lara Croft in Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that would be the shit.
Dude, that'd be so hot.
I think that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And then
wait, hold on. We're getting breaking news.
Hop on board the Pork Chop Express. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is currently in negotiations to star in the upcoming remake of John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China.
What?
The movie will be written by Ashley Miller and Zack Steins, writers of X-Men First Class, Thor, and the upcoming Power Rangers movie. According to a report by The Wrap, Johnson will star in and produce the movie, taking on the role of the legendary Jack Burton, who, of course, was immortalized by Kurt Russell in the 1986 original. The report states that the original movie is one of The Rock's favorites, and he was involved with pitching the remake to 20th Century Fox with his producing partners Danny and Hiram Garcia. Johnson's recent disaster film San Andreas brought in $53.2 million in its opening weekend. So if anyone asks The Rock if he's paid his dues, he can surely say, yes sir, the check is in the mail. Do you think the film needs a remake? What would old Jack Burton say at a time like this? Let us know what you think, and for the latest...
That's right. Thank you. Let us know what you think at naturalhabitatpodcast.com/contact. Damn, that's crazy. That's insane. Thank you. That's actually the first time Jerry's ever been on the mic. That was Jerry.
Yep.
Jerry live from the news desk. So thank you, Jerry. Good job.
Cool
man,
boys.
That's crazy, dude. I would definitely see that. I think The Rock has been schooling shit lately. In the beginning.
Yeah, I don't see him in a mullet though.
No. Well,
he's got to have the mullet. You know, he is trying to get John Carpenter on board.
You know what would be cool if
and it would be cool to have him fucking do the new music and everything. And
it would be cool if he had the mullet and he starts the movie. He's got the mullet. He's got the sunglasses. And he's all dope. And then something happens within the first 15 minutes of the movie, like a fire or something. And it burns his hair up, and then he just shaves it off, and then comes out of the bathroom with a shaved head.
He would probably grow his hair. He could do the fucking,
and that'll be the joke.
Easy mullet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We'll see. It's gonna be
with
dope
the
though, man.
Pork Chop Express hat and the motherfucking cut off T-shirt.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the only way to go out into the world. That's how I go to the beach.
Hell yeah.
Minus the hat, but that cut off T-shirt and a different hat, just because I don't have a Pork Chop Express hat, and that's it. And my mullet all the way down to the small of my back, and it's covered in leaves, just because I don't wash it. But it's also not real; it's a wig, so
yeah,
it's not gross or anything.
Yeah,
and I keep it in a pile of leaves.
It's official.
It's official. That was another episode of Mikey Booyah Thinks Out Loud. I shouldn't have said any of that. Man, interesting day. So, yeah, man. Only time will tell with these reboots, and I think that it's essential to keep shit alive. And from the point of view of a producer and director, it's easy money.
Yeah, if they do it right. All
you have to do is do it right.
Thing.
Yeah,
it's a real simple thing. You just follow the original formula.
You already have a blueprint, characters and everything, and a fan base.
Yeah, if you can't stick to it, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need to recreate it.
Yeah.
You just need to remake it.
I hate it when they're like, okay, now this character is now a little girl, and she has, instead of having a son, she has a grandma. And it's like, wait a minute, this is getting farther and farther away from Terminator, guys.
Keep it real, man.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's what we say. It's simple.
Keep it natural.
Keep it natural. It's simple.
Keep it natural. Yeah.
Keep it natural. Damn, did we just fucking coin a new phrase?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Keep it natural. And
natural.
And Yogle.
And this episode is brought to you by YouTube.
And Ricky Bobby Incorporated, Bobby Inc.
Peace, bitches.
Natural Habitat Recording.